This is the Jetset 10 air tent from Zempire. It is a 2-room, 8 to 10 person family tent that sets up really quickly with a pump. I'm going to take you for a walkthrough. Let's check it out.
Hit it.
Hey folks, Ben from Snow is on a beautiful warm day down on the Brown Hill Creek Caravan Park in Adelaide's eastern suburbs. This is a nice little spot to take your kids for the school holidays or just to base yourself if you're checking out Adelaide and the Adelaide Hills. I've got the Zempire Jetset 10 air tent set up behind me here, and I'm going to take you for a walkthrough today. This is a 2-room tent, great for family camping because it packs up small and suits small vehicles, and it sets up really easily. I'll start by telling you about the fabrics. Now the fly sheet is a 75 denier 190 thread count polyester with a 5,000 millimeter water head. It's seam sealed throughout, so it gives you plenty of waterproof protection. The inner of the tent here also a 75 D190T polyester, but it is breathable. And throughout in the roof here, in the doors and the windows, is a bug-proof mesh as well. Down into the floor, it's a 180 GSM polyethylene, so it's like a heavy duty tarp materials. And the unique feature about this tent is the airpole system here. Now these are actually air-filled tubes. It's like a TPU or a rubbery type bladder inside, or protected inside 3 layers of tarp type material. They're rated to up to about 30 PSI, but we only need about 7 to 9 PSI to inflate the tent as it is now, so they're well protected, they're reliable, and they're super durable. Let's start talking about the other features of the tent. I'll start around the outside. So coming around to the side of the tent here, you can see the fly doesn't actually cover the entire tent, but this portion of the tent here is waterproof. This is the bug screen that you can see here, and there's an interior adjustable privacy screen inside. But at the base here, there's flaps of fabric and seam sealed seams in the right places so that even though the water's going to hit this mesh, it's not going to go inside the tent. So Zempire have considered that there. And you do get a bit of protection with this awning here as well. Moving around to the rear of the tent here, we've got a weather protected vestibule. So there's a bit of space under here before the inner tent starts where we can store some gear in a weather protected space. Alternatively, if we take this loop off the peg here and utilize this guy wrap here, we can just actually use the same peg that we've used here, tighten this up. We can actually create more ventilation inside the tent by rolling this up. There's a tab here that we can use to secure it. And up underneath here, there are some internally adjustable vents, which I'll show you inside shortly, to allow more ventilation through the tent. When the weather's bad though, zip this right down. You've got about 1 meter of space here to store some gear, and you can access that from inside the tent. That's most of the features on the outside of the tent. There's another window on that side of the tent there as well that's the same as what I showed you on the side behind me here. The next thing I want to show you though is the awning out the front, because you've got a few setup options around there. As we come around to the front of the tent here, we see the gullwing awning, as Zempire call it here. Now I've got this set up as an awning at the moment. I'm about 185 centimeters, so I've got space to stand up at the front here. It tapers off at the side and my head just touches it as I come back towards the tent here. Now this is set up as a shade awning at the moment, probably not ideal for a rain awning because there is a zipper, I'll show you why, that runs down the middle here, and water could sort of pour a little bit in here, so best for shade. You can also set it up as a weather protected vestibule, so there's zips down the side here, and this whole thing comes down and can be pegged out the front. It comes out about 80 centimeters to the front here. At the moment as it's set up, it comes out about 1.5 meters. When it's pegged down, it comes down to about 80 centimeters and slopes back up here, so there's enough space for storage in here. And there's access points on each side. If you unzip the sides of it, you can access inside, but there's not really enough room to stand up in, but good for weather protected storage. You've also got one other option with this one, and that's the zipper that I just mentioned that runs down the middle here. Now I'm going to undo this and things are kind of going to fall apart a bit, but I want to show you how you can actually set this up. If you unzip this, move this guy rope so you can sort of have half of this set up as shade on one side, remove the poles out of this side here, you can zip this up here and peg this out as your weather protected vestibule, so you've got a bit of storage under here and you've got a bit of shade on that side there. So you've got a number of options with the awning at the front of this tent here. I want to show you inside the tent because it's pretty cold in there. I've got some airbeds in there as well, so I can show you how much space you've got. I'll put all this back together and we'll jump in. Just before I step inside, I want to show you a couple of the features at the front here. Now, the power access point that Zempire have used here is a really simple solution. They've just put an extra zipper pull. So there's 3 zipper pulls on here. If we undo this one, it undoes the door. If we do the next one, it does it up again. If we do this one, it undoes this side and allows a little spot for us to put a power access cord in there. And that marries up with some little tabs inside to secure your cable. I'll show you them shortly. The other thing that seems to be a bit of a staple in a lot of Zempire products is this sort of ladder storage system here. So there's 4 pockets, big mesh pockets on each side here, so you can keep your slippers, your magazines, whatever you like at hand. These also feature on the inside, but loads of storage in this tent here. Now there's 2 doors on the front here, one here and one here, and they are both double doors. So they have both solid panels and mesh panels. So there's a solid panel on the inside here and a mesh panel on the outside. So we can zip it right up to protect yourself from the cold weather, or have just the mesh panel open if it's a nice warm night and you want a bit of breeze through the tent. Now, once this is zipped open, you can roll it back here, and there's little tabs that feature here so you can secure the door on the side, up and out of the way, and we can step inside the tent. Now, I've got loads of headspace in the Jetset tent here. It's about 2 meters of clearance at the very peak. I'm 185 centimeters high. I can walk right to the front of the tent pretty much and right to the rear here, and I've got plenty of standing space. It's only till I get over to the side a little bit here that I start to run out of a bit of headspace. So lots of room to stand up and get changed. If we have a look at the features inside here, we'll start at the top here. Now there's a little lantern hook up here. It's a heavy duty side release buckle hook, so you can hang quite a reasonable lantern on that. Now that marries up over in the corner over here. There is a little tab that you can secure your power cord to up in the corner here. It's just a little loop quite a simple loop that the power cord can go through, and that then leads down on the other side of this central wall here, which is done up at the moment, to that power access point that we showed you in the other door. While I'm in this corner here, we'll show you there's more storage. We've got more ladder storage here, 4 more mesh pockets. Now in the roof of the tent, we've got big mesh panels, so plenty of ventilation throughout the roof here, and it's all weather protected from that fly on the outside. Windows, I'll just get these airbeds out the way. We've got a huge window all down this side of the tent here. Now this has got an internally adjustable privacy panel here that I've got zipped open at the moment. If we undo that, we can zip it up from the inside so that we create a full protected space. Now this is weatherproof as well, waterproof as well. And as I mentioned previously, all of these seams down the bottom here are seam sealed where they need to be, and there's an extra flap of fabric on the outside, so any water that hits this or catches on this here between the privacy panel and the screen runs away from the tent. The same thing at the rear, but this window here looks out into our little storage vestibule at the back there, but there's also an internally adjustable privacy panel here that we can zip up, or I've got it zipped open for ventilation at the moment. Plus we've got this panel down the bottom here. Now this serves 2 purposes. If we unzip just the top section, we create ventilation, and if we open up our rear vestibule like we showed you earlier, you can create more airflow through there, or you can zip it right open to give yourself access to your little storage vestibule at the back here. So if I come across to the center of the tent now, I want to show you the wall that exists down here. Now, I just mentioned one other thing. There's another little cable management loop here, so you could have an electrical cable come in through this panel at the rear here, secure it up here, and use this lantern hook at the top. Now this is the wall that divides the 2 rooms. If you want to have a 2-room tent, there's a zip that runs right along to the other side here, so you can completely zip it open if you like, or there is actually an option. There's little tabs halfway along here that allow you to just use it as a half wall if you like. We can secure this here like this. There's a tab at the top and also a tab lower down, so we can secure it like this, and we can just give ourselves a little bit of privacy. Alternatively, you zip it all the way open, go right down, the zip goes right to the floor on this side here. We can use one of these storage pockets if we like, just to stuff it in, to keep it up and out the way, and we create a nice big tent. You almost have a party in here, there's plenty of space. Now over this side of the tent, we've got all the same features. We've got the internally adjustable privacy screen over the window here. It's done up on this one. We've got a little ventilation port or vestibule access point at the bottom there. That side of the tent there is also one large window. At the moment, that privacy screen's done up, and we've got our second door over this side here. Now I've got these airbeds in here to show you how you might like to use the space. This guy here is about 200 centimeters long and 150 centimeters in width. It's a double high queen airbed, and I've got 2 XL single airbeds which are about 190 centimeters by about 80 or 90 centimeters in width. I'm going to do this central wall up again so that you can see independently what you can fit in each room. So we've got this wall done up again. I just note the wall doesn't seal along the bottom. It is open on the bottom there. If I put these 2 airbeds out in here, they do fit quite comfortably side by side. I've got Lindsay just get this fabric up and out the way so you can fit them. Plenty of room there with heaps of room at the front here for storage or to stand up and get changed. You could also put them this way if you like. They'll fit quite comfortably that way as well. So you've got plenty of room, maybe for the kids in this side of the tent. You can almost fit a third, or you could fit a third one of these in here as well if you like. We'll step across to the other side here and I'll show you how the queen airbed looks. So just over on mum and dad's side of the tent here, we've got a double high queen airbed in here and fits pretty comfortably. We've got space down the middle here. We've got a bit of space before these airbeds are touching this center wall, so lots of room. You can even fit this guy across this way, and you could actually fit a second double high airbed in here if you liked. So it is truly an 8 to 10 person tent. In terms of dimensions, each of these rooms is about 215 centimeters, so it's 430 centimeters total in length on the inside, and depth is about 330, 340 centimeters. I measure about 330 between the poles, but it'll stretch out a little bit further in some places. So yeah, you could certainly sleep a lot of people in here, but I reckon it is an awesome livable tent for a family of 4, 2 kids and mum and dad. Now, the last thing I want to show you about the Jetset air tent is just how resilient the airpole system is in the instance of bad weather or say something falling on the frame. Now, these airpole systems, some people might think they're a bit soft and spongy, but they're actually very firm. The real benefit of them is if the weather gets really bad, or just say someone falls on the tent and bends the frame, in a metal frame, your tent poles would be bent and you'd have to be using duct tape and all sorts to fix it up. With an airpole tent, if something falls on here and pushes it down, it just keeps bouncing back into place. I've loosened the guy ropes here to make that happen, but with all the guy ropes and everything in place, they're a very resilient, very durable and very sturdy tent. I reckon these are an awesome family camping tent for people who don't have a lot of vehicle space because they pack down pretty small for the space that you get to use inside the tent. You can grab them online at snowies.com.au at our lowest prices every day. If you like that video, subscribe to our channel. We'll send you all of our latest and greatest information. Got any questions about this tent or any other tents in the Zempire series? Let us know down in the comments below, or check out some other tent videos like this one down here.